Should you go on organised motorcycle rides? Watch this video. Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. I hope you're all well. So should you go on organised motorcycle rides? You can have the best of times or the worst of times on these organised rides when you've got, 50, 60, 100, hundreds of bikes all going in the same direction, following the same route. Should you go on them? What are the pitfalls? Are they great things to do? So my take on this has always been, it really depends how comfortable you are in these rides as well. But the key factor is how organised are they, and what is the route, and what is the purpose of it. I've been on organised rides or motorcycle professional rides and, things like that. And it's basically been a free-for-all. Just people just doing whatever they want. They're just overtaking, weaving in and out of other bikes. It's been absolute chaos. And, people are having accidents, and it's almost like pitting biker against biker, and it's just not a good look. And it's not a good look for anybody else. And it's certainly not a good feeling for you as well. I've been on loads of organised rides, toy runs and Easter egg runs and charity rides, and, you know the deal, right? And they've been absolutely fine. I just went on one recently, a charity ride. It's fantastic. It was organised brilliantly. I was really surprised, actually, in all fairness. I was really surprised, one, how many people turned up for the ride. It was a glorious day. It wasn't too hot. It wasn't cold. It just had a little bit of rain overnight, but it was a beautiful day. There's, blue skies, bit of cloud. It was going to be a country ride. It was fantastic. And it turned out to be great. Really organised well, really marshalled well. And all I can say is it was a joy to ride on it. And it was easy and leisurely riding. It wasn't high speed. It wasn't too slow. And the route that was taken, yes, you have to navigate junctions and things like that. But on the whole, it was fluid. It went, there wasn't any concertinaing up. It wasn't just bunching up or anything like that. It was great. And everybody kind of hold their position in a kind of loose, staggered position. And then when the roads got really narrow, it kind of went into single file a little bit. And then people kind of went back to a staggered formation. And as I say, very loose staggered formation. And, the marshal riders were just, they were a marker system. They were dropping off and rotating through as well. It worked really well. So from that point of view, if you get a great organised ride, and you're never really going to know until you're on it, I suppose. But if you get on a great organised ride, it's a brilliant experience. Now, I suppose the question is, do you enjoy riding with other people? Well, if the case is no, you only like riding by yourself, then you probably shouldn't go on an organised ride. You definitely shouldn't go on an unorganised ride or disorganised ride. Now, if you enjoy riding with friends, let's say a group of friends, 5, 6, 7, 10 friends, whatever it is, or if you're in a club or if you're an organisation, then you're going to be used to riding with other people anyway. So going on organised rides, you're going to fit into it quite easily. Now, I'm not here to give advice. I'm not here to say what you should or shouldn't do. But I'd say that the way it's organised and how easy the ride is, and if it's at a slower pace or an easier pace, makes life a lot easier and makes it a lot more enjoyable. And like I say, my hat's off to the guys who organised this ride that I was on recently. If you were there, you'll know. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get there myself, but I was able to get there last minute, so it was great. And all I say, my hat's off to everybody who was on it. It was just an enjoyable ride, a real pleasant riding experience. And I think that's where I'm at with a lot of these organised rides. It really depends how well organised they are. And maybe different countries have different ways of doing it. And it really depends on the route. It depends on the day as well, doesn't it? It depends if it's a sunny day, a dry riding day, or if it's a wet, horrible, miserable day. That can affect a lot of things as well. But should you go on an organised ride? Well, again, first of all, it really depends what your comfort level is. I would say, as any bit of advice, first of all, I would say go out on a smaller organised rides first of all. Go out with people that you know and have a kind of a game plan before you go out on the ride, and decide how you're going to ride, whether in single file or whether in a very loose staggered formation. So one sticks to the left side of the lane, one sticks to the right side of the lane a little bit. not too tight, because you don't want you to be too close to each other, because you're always going to get that breaking and that concertina, that bunching up as well. So you need to, if you're not used to it, you need to be a little bit further apart, and also ride as an individual, in the sense that if somebody makes an overtake in front of you, another bike makes an overtake, don't be compelled to make that same overtake if you're not 100% sure. So there's lots of aspects to group riding that you kind of got to be really careful of. But I'm talking about taking that bit of experience of going from a solo rider to riding with a group of friends, let's say, then going on to an organised ride. And usually the ones that are organised the best, they kind of take the nonsense out of it. There are certain rules. They'll give you some kind of briefing, a chat beforehand. Everybody knows, okay, yeah, you just follow the same route. You follow every bike ahead of you. You can go in a loose, staggered formation. Nobody really overtakes each other. Everybody just stays where they're at. They stay in their position the whole time. There's no over revving of engines. There's no kind of everybody trying to pop wheelies. I mean, I've been on those before as well. People are just hooning around as hooligans as well. It might seem like fun to a lot of people, and it might seem like fun, if you're doing it yourself. But the problem is, it makes it very chaotic, and it makes it really, it's not a great riding experience for those who are not there for that. The point is, people are popping wheelies or hooning around all over the place. You're opposing your style or your way onto an organised ride that shouldn't be like that. Now, of course, if the organised ride is for everybody to be hooning around and having organised, wheelies all over the place, okay, that's a different thing. But let's face it, that doesn't happen on public roads, or it shouldn't happen on public roads in a lawful sense. But an organised ride should be something that everybody feels at ease. It's an easy riding. It's not technical. It's not complicated. It's just something that you can go from point A to point B, or you do a full lap or a full route, some major roads, some country roads, whatever it is, and then you're coming back and everybody comes back in one piece and everybody's enjoyed it. It might not be the most exhilarating ride, but that's not the point. The point is that it's a processional ride, or it's just a route that's just a great ride out. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Should you go on organised bike rides? Well, I would say absolutely. They're fantastic, especially if they're organised correctly. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget, you can go to the website RevelatorAlf.com/books for all the motorcycle books that I sell. And with that, I'll catch you again in another video coming very soon. Bye now.